Hello everyone. So when it comes to Emacs org mode, it happens with everyone, I know personally. Now when you start using Emacs on org mode, it is wonderful, it is great, and you want to use it for doing your task management. And great thing about Emacs org mode is that you can actually make it your own. So it is not really going to dictate how you should be doing your work and how you should use Emacs. So you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to using it. And that is a great thing because each one of us, we work differently. We have our own way of working. We all want things that are specific to us when it comes to the way we want to plan the work and track the progress. Now, one such problem, which I believe is common with everyone, I believe that is about tasks that are repeatable. Now, in org mode, you can obviously insert a date. Let us say a scheduled using Control C, Control S, I believe. Yes, it's my fingers. My fingers know all the shortcuts. So Control C, Control S is basically to insert a scheduled, like a date on which you want to do something. And I normally, I use it quite a lot. So whenever I do something, I of course not only plan it to be done on a specific date, but I also plan to do it on a specific time, like from 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock in the morning and something like that. Now the problem is there are a lot of tasks that I want to do every day, or basically there are some tasks that require more than one day to finish. And you can actually insert something like +1D so that you make it as a repeatable task. So every day when you've done it, you can say T, or you change the status to done, and it will also update the date for you. So let us say if the date is 7th, then it will be 8th, then 9th, and so on. Now this is great because the way I work, I usually log my time, and the moment I do a clock out, the moment I change the status to done, the clock is out. So it will also insert the date for me, so I can report on it. Now the problem is that there are a lot of activities where I don't really want to do things on a weekend. Usually I do a lot of things, because I do spend a lot of time on computer, and I don't really take a lot of holidays, unfortunately, which I'm hoping to take. I've started taking more holidays, but I'm not looking for a very nice way to manage tasks that I don't really want to do. I don't really want my calendar to show me something that I have to do on Saturday or Sunday. I want to keep it free, or at least for some of the activities I want those activities not appear on my agenda at all, because I do try to follow my agenda properly. Another thing is that you can do something like, so there are a couple of ways of doing it. One option is to just don't do anything. If an item appears on the agenda, this is what I do right now. I just change the date, and that is it. I don't log my time, and I just either change the date or I just change the status, and the date is shifted for me, which is fine. It has been working. I don't really have any major issues. It's more about, it's a bit annoying thing because my agenda is populated with entries that I don't really want to work on, and it is fine. Not a big deal. Now there are other things that you can do. You can also insert multiple schedule dates, which will not really work because it will basically shift this will work. This will definitely work for some cases, but if you change the status of the task, then it will shift the dates, like all the dates, and it might not be desirable because you are in a way. It is fine for some cases, but you sometimes want control over what you want to do, maybe next week or next month, something like that. So this is one option which I don't really use. The other option is to create separate entries for each and every day, and it is great. It works nicely, but it populates it will basically create like a big file for you. And I used to do it. I tried doing it, and there is a command for doing it. I think I made a video on this, like how to insert like multiple tasks. which you want to repeat. And the other thing that you can do, which I quite like, to be honest, you can actually create something like this, which is basically not really a task, but it's more about some kind of a reminder. And I'm considering using it because I usually rely on my clock time to figure out what I did and when I did, and whether for me, logging time and using statuses, I want to know, and I feel good, and it is actually important for me because I'm a bit, control freak. I want to know what I did and whether I did something which I planned to do. So I feel empowered, I feel in control when I plan something and I do it on a specific day, on a specific time. Maybe it's just me, but using this method, you can definitely remind yourself to do something, and at the same time using this small snippet or this code here, this entry will appear on your agenda on that particular day. And the problem is that this will not really show as an entry for each and every day. It will appear, and it will only appear on that particular day, based on my testing so far. But this is something that I quite like because it is a very nice way to just show something on a calendar or agenda. I mean, you can also use there's I think a module, not a module, but using one CalFW. It's one of the plugin that you can download, and your agenda will have like a calendar view, which I use sometimes, but not really a lot. I use the native calendar, not calendar, but the native agenda, which works fine, to be honest, for me. So these are a few things that I wanted to talk. Most likely, because I have been using org for quite a while, I simply don't do anything. That is what I do. I simply just insert the date, and I ignore if I'm not really doing something on a specific date, I don't log my time and I just shift the date. But it would be great if we can have like a way to create a repeatable task on a specific day or a specific days of a week. All right, that is it. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.